Hi there, and welcome to another edition of Busternet. You're here with me. This is a new show. It's called the FM Community Challenge. It's really brought to you by Jambo. He started the thread. I'm just doing a show out of it because I wanted to do a video update, and this makes it a lot easier for me to do it. What is the FM Community Challenge? Well, you're given one default formation, and you're going to be managing St Etienne from France. They made the decision from all the clubs from Italy, Spain, Germany, France, and Netherlands, and they picked the top club, but it's not a Champions League club, so that we make the challenge more interesting. Everybody is going to go out, they're going to use default formations, and they're going to see how far they can go with the save. You are a manager with international experience, limited to 2 transfers, and you are not allowed to change that default formation. You can keep it, you can use it, you can make tweaks to it, you can mess with the roles, you can mess with the shouts, whatever, but you are not allowed to move the players from one spot to the other and turn it into something else. The whole idea is to take a default formation with the features that a tactical creator has, and you are supposed to use it and make a tactic out of it. Well, quite a few people have signed up for this challenge. You can see, some crazy systems out there. You got a 4-1-3-1-1 DM narrow. You got one that's so long I can't even pronounce it. 5-1-2-2 sweeper DM WB. What the heck does that even mean? All right, and me, yours truly, I've got a 3-4-2-1 DM. When I saw it, heard about it, and I was like, holy no, it's a defensive system. Well, how do we do? How are we going to get it done? Well, on today's show, we're going to show you just that. Is it possible? So you're going to see highlights from my match, you're going to see highlights from Waldywaldy's 3-4-3 DM wide, and you're going to see highlights from Gene's 4-2-3-1 narrow. Naturally, I'll be doing a lot more talking in my match because I want to explain how I played the tactic. Highlights will come from the other matches, and we're getting PKMs from as many participants taking part in this little challenge. It's going to be interesting to see how these tactics actually play out. Let's take a look at my St Etienne side. They're the fallen champions of France. Once upon a time, they were good. And the system that I'm going to be using is the 3-4-2-1. I've been issued the 3-4-2-1 by Jumbo. His bloody box gave me a defensive system. I don't use defensive systems. Okay, so what I've done is the 3-4-2-1. Well, it has 3 centre backs and 4 midfielders. Basically, you've got 2 fullbacks and 2 DMs, and then you got 2 central midfielders and 1 striker. So in pre-season, I set it up in such a way that actually the main team was playing against me. So I actually had the under 19s in the main team, and the whole reserve side was actually the main team, the senior team, and they used the system and they hammered us 3-0. Us like, okay. And then we played a couple of friendlies. Okay, system is looking okay. I'm like, all right, maybe it might work. I have absolutely no clue. So what have I done with this? I've created like 3. Essentially, this is like a defensive system, right? So you got all these jokers at the back. You want to bring the ball up and do something with it in the opponent's half. And the only way you're going to do that is forget counter-attacking. This guy has got to be superhuman. He's going to have God giving him a stick that holds and parts the wave so his players can come through. And that's not going to happen. All right, he's just too alone. And so what I've done is I've actually got these 2 midfielders to be on attack. I don't see the point in them being anything else. And the fullbacks are on attack because they're generally 5 fellas in the back all the time. So I gave both my DMs support roles as well. I mean, that's enough. At the back, unfortunately, during pre-season, one of my first choice centre backs, Kevin Theopile Catherine, is out for a few weeks, and we're stuck. The problem I have is also that this club doesn't have enough central defenders. They don't have a lot of. They don't even have wingers. They don't have MR players. So when I had to go through this squad, I was like, okay, what have I been given? Oh my God, they don't have wingers here, but they got a lot of DMs, right? So I said, okay, cool, it might work. In terms of their attributes, well, if you're looking at just first touch alone, not bad. I mean, they range from about 11 to 15. That's okay. That's not fantastic. And what I was really interested in was off the ball, because with a system like this, you need players that are very good off the ball so that they can actually run into space and use the channels. And I'm not sure if they can. at the moment. So, looking at my team, I'm thinking to myself, okay, why not give it a go? So, we have created three versions of this tactic. We have one control, or hey, I'm using this as a trequartista. I don't even know whether that's gonna work. I've got one where he's a DLF on support, and I've got one, yeah. So this is basically the setup. I'm just gonna use this for for every day. Well, the first leg of the Europa Cup playoff match ended 1-1. Not so good. Not really happy. But then again, it's still early days. Brøndby could have won the match, but we got a penalty in the 90th minute. Let's just go on to the second leg and see what happens there. Second leg, we managed to beat. This is the second leg. Well, the Assman managed to use his tactic and beat Sheffield United in a friendly. Something must be right. Okay, so team setup: Asu, Clement, Lemoyne, Malkut, Pogba, Perrin, Bielsol. This is the team that's gonna head out. Hopefully, we do the deed. And we'll have a quick pick. Yeah, okay, I'm quick picking now because I don't wanna take forever to set this team up. Okay, let's see if quick pick works. I don't even know what my ass man qualities are. All right, so here we are. Oh my god, they're coming at me at a 4-2-3-1. That's annoying. We should challenge the team assertively. Go out there and impress me. All right, let's go start the match. This will be interesting. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. Can we survive this? Pookie. Seriously, I don't like saying the word Pookie. Okay, if you guys ever come to Asia and you find out what they mean when they say Pookie, you will know why I don't want to say Pookie. Okay, Larson. Daniel Egger is on the bench at 48%. That says a heck of a lot. Okay, instructions, we're gonna have to tell him to go wider. We gotta create something from somewhere. Bajo with the ball. Back to Clerk. Clerk's robbed with Jules Gad. At three corners as well. Come on. Throw from Asu Koto. He doesn't get it to Pogba, but he gets the ball back. Plays it out to Lemoyne. Plays it to Clerk. Come on, Clerk. Do a beauty. Gets it to Pigo. Pigo shoots and scores. Pigo? No, his name is Pajo. Yes, we have got a goal. A player's got a goal on his debut. And we have managed to get the away goal that we so badly needed. Alright, now I will go to the counter version of this tactic. Boys are off. We have to turn this match around. Hopefully we do enough. Corner, Selnes. Pogba rises up. Pajo puts it back into the box. And no guard is now going to come off with a counter attack. He's off. He crosses it to Onskov. Onskov looks, sees the goal in front of him, but passes it to Jules Gao. Crosses to Eriksson. What a save from our keeper. My goodness. Lemoyne has a yellow card. We are going to take Lemoyne off. And you see, the thing about when you take players off, you don't know who's can come on. You don't do it. Okay, so I hope Lemoyne doesn't get sent off. That's all. Because I don't have another DM. For all the players I have in my squad, I chose not to come with a DM spare. Rue to Pajot. Come on, Pajot. To Perrin, the captain, Selnes. Okay, we have another throw here. Clark throws it to Bielsol. Clark again. Crosses it to Asu. Koto finds Kohad. And Rue shoots again. Oh boy. Okay, alright. We're looking better this time around. That was a good opportunity to get another goal. I won't call it a clear-cut chance as much as a scuffle in the box. Or corner, Eriksson drills it. Lemoyne rising up. Bigler back to Eriksson. Eriksson crosses to Norgard. Norgard scores. And they are Brøndby about to kick us out of the Europa Cup. No attacking. We cannot be kicked out, guys. It is going to be a bad day in hell. End of 90 minutes. I'm far from pleased, boys. Okay, counter no more. We control. Yes, Clark with the ball. He goes. He doesn't go. We don't know where he went. Start second half extra time. Rue, Pajot, Lemoyne. to Kohed. Kohed sees Asu Kyoto on the flank. Asu Kyoto crosses the ball. It doesn't get to the head of Ru. Clerk is in the box. He goes nowhere. Bigler with the ball. Bigler looks up. He can't get the ball out. Yeah, that's what happens when you got so many people defending. Ru's in the box. Ru shoots. Ru scores. Yes. That's his first ever goal for St Etienne. Okay, the boys have managed to turn things around. I'm really, really nervous. I mean, I never play a defensive tactic before. St Etienne turning things around. Braun Booth, 2-1. All right, time for me to make substitutions. Bajo, but okay, this guy can come off. He's knackered. Nolan Rue can come off after scoring the goal. Sutherland can come on. All right, let's go, boys. Rompov. Oh, look at my central defender go all the way. Rufia with the ball. St Etienne have narrowly beaten Brøndby 2-1. They've done well. You've done brilliantly to come back to win. I'm proud of you, boys. This, like, crackpot tactic that I'm using. 3-4-2-1. Don't believe this crackpot tactic. Well, the boys have done well. The tactic seems to have held out, but it's still early days. Yeah, we managed to beat Brøndby 2-1. I mean, the Assman used it. He won 4-0, but it was only Sheffield United. They're not exactly the world's best side. Sorry, all you Sheffield United fans, but yeah, you should have done a lot better. And we got our first match is going to be an away match against Toulouse and then against Bordeaux, and then we have another Euro Cup playoff match. And yeah, hopefully we do a lot better in the next few days as I come to grips with this tactic. Our first highlight comes from Gene. He's using a 4-2-3-1 narrow. You can see how narrow it looks, obviously using wing backs and a really narrow up strike force up front. Okay, so first things first, let's have a look at the tactic. The immediate thing I'm worried about is those two DMs, whether or not they do enough interceptions and tackles. And in the game against AIK, the team actually managed a lot of decent shots at goal, although only like 3 really good ones inside the box. So when I look at the interceptions and the tackles that they're doing, or rather the interceptions, it's basically most of them are in their half. And it's going to be important to get these tackles in a bit higher up the pitch if they want to score goals in opponents' halves. But however, I'm not here to, critique people's tactics. It's interesting to see how this 4-2-3-1 with two DMs plays out. It plays out with your two DMs actually doing a lot of defensive work in their own half. The first league match St Etienne faced was against Toulouse, and you can see four clear-cut chances, 4 out of 10 shots on target against another narrow formation. Even Stevens in terms of possession, but look at the ratings, 9.0 and 9.0 for 2 players up front, Benjamin Cognet and Joaquin Correa, who are playing right in that trident that he has set up in attack. When we take a look at the highlights, the first goal actually comes from a set piece by Al Sal. I think he's going to be a regular in everybody's St Etienne side. Even me, when I looked at him, I went, okay, he's playing. He was like, yeah, he's playing. He's not playing. Him and Perrin, mainstay. Second goal was also a set piece, was a penalty. The first few goals are all set pieces. The only time when I could actually see how the flow looked like was in this attack. Theopale Catherine playing as the wing back, if not mistaken. Morpe, Cognet, through ball, beautiful through ball to Correa, and Correa scores that goal. That actually gave me an indication of how potentially deadly that trident can be up front. Once again, at 4-2-3-1 narrow system, I just love how Cognet's set up. They had really good 4 clear-cut chances, really even match. A lot is going to depend on how well those 2 DMs are going to be playing in the St Etienne side. The second match, a decent 2-0 win over Bordeaux. This time around, if you look at St Etienne, they again carved out 4 out of 12 chances. 1 was a clear-cut chance. They are performance as a team wasn't that bad. Kevin Monet Paquin, again 9.0 with 2 goals. That central trident is really kicking in. First goal, I'm going to show a bit of the highlights because then we can see how the goals develop. This was a counter from Korea, and Soderlund got into the box. This is really nice the way the goal happened. I especially enjoyed it. And then when it stopped looking like a counter, they slipped up in their own box, and Monet Paquet put the ball into the back of the net. The second goal was a corner. Selnes dropped it up. Monet Paquet rising up. Again, one goal that came off a mistake and another goal that came off a set piece. Their next match is incredibly interesting. It's a Europa Cup match where they have to play Elfsberg away from home, and this is a match which ended 1-1. What I'm more interested in is how do those 5 shots on target happen, and how did they do in terms of creation of chances. The 4-2-3-1, he's 4-2-3-1 wide narrow is now playing against a 4-2-3-1 that is wide, and this is where it is going to show how those two DMs are playing in the middle of the park, whether they rise up to the challenge and move up. We can see how well the trident up front is doing. And the only issue right now with that trident is how well those two DMs can come up and support the attackers at the moment. The problem with the 4-2-3-1 is always going to be those two DMs. If you have them too deep, then you're really looking to build like a counter-attacking system. If you have them right in midfield, then you got to make sure they win every single tackle, although all the back four always gets committed. Korea with a corner. Bayern Seoul rising up, Cognet playing it back to Selnes. And this, again, the team will only get better with their set-piece routines. That was a very nicely carved out goal. They kept possession, turned it around, and managed to get the equalizer in this match. Okay, this is interesting. Just watch how boxy the backline becomes when the two wing backs go up. And you look at the shape of this 4-2-3, and it looks like a box, right, defense, looking at the back four. And then you look at how high up the wing backs are. This puts a lot of pressure on the backline, doesn't it? I would think that if your backline gets kicked by an over the OTT ball, then you're going to ask for trouble. But I like the way the backs get back into defense quickly. The only drawback is this kind of a counter attack. This time they're lucky. Rufia is able to parry the ball. But against other teams, there might be a danger that over the top ball is going to be a feature of how they score goals. What I like about this challenge is you're going to see how the default tactics play out. And default tactics are what the AI uses. And when you're in doubt and you want to set up a tactic, now you will see what the drawbacks of the systems are. And we don't have a choice. We're given these tactics and we know what the drawbacks are going to be. And we try to circumvent them. And Gene is doing a pretty good job. The next system comes from Waldywaldy. He's been tasked to do a 3-4-3 DM wide. And the first thing I noticed when I saw the 3-4-3 DM wide was, wow, 8 out of 15 on target and 2 clear-cut chances, and he only had 41%, which is, okay, I accept the 41% possession because there's this huge gap between the attack and the midfield. So, that area is going to be like free for all. He's playing against a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. But still, the 3-4-3 DM has got like 7 dudes in your own half. So it's really challenging. And look at this, 2 clear chances. I'm seriously impressed with the number of chances he's created. And I just want to see what the key highlights are like in this game. So we start out, you can look at how the back line is. I'm more keen to see how they do the transitions and how they pack the final third. Now, if you look here very closely, you got 3 guys at the back, but look at what the 4 in mid, the 2 DMs and how they move up. And this is really cool. Now, they form 3 in the box and 4 outside the box. This is so cool. Check this out. I love this. Once again, in defense, this is the thing I don't like about the 3-4-3. Now, when you look at 3-4-3, when in defense, you got 5 men strung right, like a line right at the back. This hints that if your mentality is low, your defensive line is really low, they're going to be able to get through. Clerk, wing back, drops it to Rue. Rue with a cross right to Korea. there's a lot of potential in the attack. I love the way this attack looks. Four outside the box and three inside the box. How the heck do you defend against a system like that? And this is going to be a staple of how they're going to score goals. They're going to just ding dong the ball around the box, and Monet, Parquet, and Roux totally unmarked. I mean, they ding dong the ball long enough. Yeah, man, it's like your heads are gonna spin. The road runner has done a race around your head. Okay, his mixed match is interesting because another match he sent in to me. This is interesting because they actually lost 3-0, and it becomes pertinent for us to find out how the back line performs. This deep back line of his, yeah, we knew that was going to be an issue in some of the matches because they're so close to the box when they start checking and defending that players are going to score against them. The other thing about the 3-4-3 is because they drop down, your midfield cover against a 4-4-2, the 4-4-2 is going to have a romp in midfield unless the DMs actually step up. And that you can see here that how easily the 4-4-2 takes possession, and you can see the defenders are so close to the box. They're actually defending near the edge of the box, and the second goal comes in. The weakness of the 3-4-3 DM system is essentially how deep those four midfielders, those defensive midfielders, are doing. And because you're going to have a lot of defending near and around the box, I won't be surprised if a lot of penalties are given away. On the whole, it's still a very interesting tactic. It has a lot of potential if only those DMs get sorted. So on today's FM Community Challenge, you saw three systems: a 3-4-3 DM wide, a 4-2-3-1 narrow system, and of course my ridiculous whatever it's called system, which has got only one striker up front, a defensive system. And you can actually make them work. But the cool thing about seeing somebody else do the default formations is that it gives you an idea of what's possible and what you need to look out for when you're facing such systems. Where would the weaknesses be? How would you exploit them? And this is the cool thing about this challenge. I like this challenge because it makes you think about creating something you would not ordinarily think of creating. And me, I've never made defensive systems, so this is fun. I hope this show has helped in a way because I figured it would. If you have any questions, you can find me at BustTheNet. That's my Twitter handle. You can also drop me a note at addicted2fm.com. And if you want to find out more on Jambo 98's challenge, you can of course go down to the SI forums and attack training and tactics and strategy sub forum, and you will find a thread there called FM Community Challenge. Check that thread out. I hope to catch you guys again soon with another episode of this show. Bye bye.